Hello once again, and welcome to another Storytime with Doge. This will be a special, real YouTube comment section edition of Storytime. So it's more like gathering the thoughts of the far more enlightened on topics that we need educating on. I have found these comments from a YouTube video by a cam girl known as Lexi Michelle. She has recently discovered that she is no longer a feminist and made a video entitled, "I am not a feminist anymore, not clickbait." As we will be having her on this Friday as a guest on our fireside chat, I thought it would be educational to go through the comments that she received as a result of her choosing to walk off the plantation. Let's see what pearls of wisdom we can get from the comment section. Andrea Rodriguez writes, "I don't know if you realize, but there's a different types of feminism. Just because some people's idea of feminism is not your thing doesn't mean you cannot be a feminist. I mean, it's up to you, but it's really sad that you generalize what feminism is." O. Scott writes, "Feminism is an idea. You can't quit feminism because it's not technically an organization. Bullshit feminism isn't doing anything to work towards gender parity. I dare you to get in contact with feminist activists who are on the ground floor, protesting and lobbying and educating, so things like the abortion restriction laws in Louisiana don't cause women's health clinics to close. Look them in the eye and tell them you think they're offended too easily. It's stupid to say you don't believe in something because other people twist it and make it something it's not." Earth to Kalia, "You sound so childish, lol. You never understand how deeply rooted it is. You never mentioned anything about why actual feminism fails. It excludes people. You have privilege as well, but you look down on feminism because of white feminists on social media. Modern feminism excludes women of color, the disabled, trans women, but not once did you use this platform to touch on that. Instead, you whine about your experience and why you hate it because of the internet. I thought you were woke. Unsubscribed." Earth to Kalia writes again, responding to Lord Cesaru, "Lol, I mean it's not for everyone, and I'm not going to sit here and say I'm a feminist because I'm not. I consider myself a womanist. I don't understand the different sexualities or genders either, TBH, to be honest." Aaliyah Jones writes, "Feminism is literally just equality among sexes. You just spend too much of your time on Tumblr."
"But my holy book!"
Sam Martin writes, "I think you mean Tumblr feminism here, or just internet feminism." Molly Ishire writes, "You're just confusing yourself with radical feminism, which isn't feminism, and feminism." Pauline Diatui, "This is bullshit. I don't even know where to start."
No, like literally?
Yeah.
Like you don't even understand how much I can't even. That's insane. If there's a scale from 1 to even, I can't. That's a lot.
Jazz Sargent writes, "No, you haven't grown up. You just have been brainwashed by ignorant, immature teens in the internet." Martine Dark Pugh writes, "Hey, I just wanted to say that without feminism, you wouldn't be able to be a sex worker. You wouldn't be able to wear all the stuff you're wearing. No girls would be able to go to school or work, and you'd have to be marrying a guy to survive. All the things you listed was about radical feminists / feminazis and butthurt feminists. I'm a feminist because I want women and men to be treated like equals, which is what feminism means and is about."
But Mahalibuk!
Emil Lucia, "It's the stupidest thing that ever happened? Question mark, question mark, question mark. I like being able to have a job and vote and wear pants and file for divorce. You're a sex worker. You out of everyone should want to be treated equally."
Go make me a ham sandwich.
Pelinor Rar, "This is bloody ridiculous. Feminism is the fight for equality between genders." Lindsay Kreutzer, "You do realize radical feminism isn't feminism, right? Feminism means equality, that's all. There are absolutely a crop of ridiculous extreme feminists who think women are better than men, or who hate on sex workers. But those people are not real feminists and give the movement a bad name. I think you're really ignorant and misinformed on what the term really means." Jazz Sargent again writes, "Oh, and by the way, if feminism never existed, you would probably be serving your fucking husband and doing whatever he said. Everyone would laugh at you if you wanted to vote. Everyone would laugh at you if you wanted to study."
Karen, yada, 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 yada.
Everly Lynn, "I'm really hoping the comments here can help you educate yourself on feminism. It is equality between sexes."
But Mahalibuk!
Mishy Mashy 11, "Camming got to you pretty fast." Andrea Alas, "She's literally describing white feminism, lol. White people disassociate with feminism when they don't know how to utilize feminism to help women in the world that have real issues." Lorena Ja, unsubscribe. Peterina Bug, edit. "The fact the majority of support for your video is coming from misogynistic men and trolls who stalk the hashtag feminism tag says a lot. I am not a subscriber anymore. Feminism isn't a group with established principles. It's an ideology with ever-changing principles. The base is women deserve equality to men. Intersectionality has made sure that feminism has evolved from its origins of wealthy white women to include women of all classes, races, genders, and sexuality. What you've done is decided, quote, I'm going to turn my back on the women's rights movements because I don't like the opinions of a few people who claim to be a part of it, end quote. You are privileged enough to make that choice. Women who have been raped and killed, who are oppressed by men, don't have these choices. That's who feminism stands for. Feminism is what you make it. If you don't like it, it's because of what you're doing. Some black women have felt that the white feminist narrative still remains. It does. Feminism is changing because of the strong women behind it. But it is not perfect yet, as our society still isn't. And thus created womanism. It is for black women, but it still has the ideals of feminism. They made women's rights for them. You've just abandoned it altogether because you think 13 Yos on Tumblr is feminism. Fuck off. What you've done is bow to the whim of patriarchal men who sponsor this idea that feminism is just a group of angry women, which we may be, but they removes our ideals of equality, what we're fighting for, from our movement. You're indulging that misogyny. Emmy Annie N. I'm not unsubscribing yet. I'm waiting for you to realize real feminism is nothing more than equality between the genders.
If I should return, think better of me, Father. That will depend on the manner of your return.
Task Force 626. Congratulations on leaving feminism. It's too bad that you're still a worthless degenerate. Palooza's attack. Well, without feminism, you couldn't vote, have tattoos, or freely express yourself. What you're talking about is feminazism. It's not the same, but well, say what you want. Savannah Brown. I do really think you just saw a very flawed part of the feminist community. Everyone's idea of feminism is very different. The definition of feminism is the equality of sexes. Sadly, people have abused the definition of it and changed it to fit their own personal views and still call it feminism. From the sounds of it, you saw radical feminists and the classic Tumblr feminist. You cannot base your opinion on a whole movement on the grounds that you met some little white angry radical feminist who have a very twisted view on the actual definition of feminism. Inspiring alien. Feminism is needed for women to have that sexual freedom and to get rid of slut shaming and victim shaming when it comes to rape. You wouldn't be able to be a sex worker without feminism. You don't hate feminism, you just hate the extremist individuals.
But my holy book!
Bailey Robin. You are a bold-ass bitch, especially when you're labeling feminists as privileged white women. I watched this video because I wanted to hear you out, but something about this vid just rubs me the wrong way. Feminism is about equal rights. It's about having women viewed as equals alongside men, and not just tits and a vagina. Great example is the punk rock feminism era, when Bikini Kill, Bratmobile, and Babes in Toyland were up and coming. They were out there rocking out and making a difference while labeling themselves as feminists. Sarah Wald. But you still believe women should be equal to men, right? Maybe that could have been stated near the beginning so you don't get so much backlash here. It saddens me that you seem so jaded about feminism just because some self-righteous females on Tumblr are spewing crap towards you and your lifestyle choices. At the base level, you are still a feminist because otherwise you'd not even have this channel to talk about your thoughts. I sincerely hope that you still wish all women well because we need to have each other's backs.
Look, everything's going great, but you're not being reasonable. You're being ridiculous. Give me a thank you. Give me a thank you for feminists for getting your right to vote. Otherwise, stop voting and go make me a ham sandwich.
Maria Sedow. You're basing your whole view on feminism on what a small group of idiots have been saying. The idea of feminism has nothing to do with Tumblr famous radical feminists. Feminism is about dyeing your armpit hair pink or running around without a bra. It's about equal opportunities for all genders. Tranny Trash Ash. Obviously, you don't know what it is. You literally sound retarded. The Kif 304. I think you don't like the community associated with feminism, and also it's for equality. Not females are better than the other. Everyone should stand for equality. Ali Bucci. Wow, you're extremely ignorant. Take a walk, crybaby. You say you're grown up, but you're still acting like an ignorant teenager. What's flawed is your ridiculous information. Just because you stick dildos in your face on webcam doesn't make you the moon kissing the black sky. You're so balls deep in the internet you don't even know what feminism means. Pick up a book before you spread information. If it wasn't for people wanting equality for women, you would be able to be a sex worker, you wouldn't be able to post ignorant videos, and you sure as fucking hell could not work for a better. Scrape your brain from the floor and learn some information.
Give me a thank you. Give me a thank you for feminists for getting your right to vote. Otherwise, stop voting and go make me a ham sandwich.
Jazz Sargent again. Feminism has a definition. Respect it. You can't talk about feminists like if you knew all of us. You're an ignorant brat. G33. Feminism is helping girls in the developing world get educations and protecting them from abuse, but you're still complaining about not being able to listen to rap music? The privilege blindness here is so real.
But Mahalibuk!
Michaelia Ware, I hope you lose all your subscriptions for this. Alphabet Girl, feminism is not what you think it is. From Wikipedia, feminism is a range of political movements, ideologies, and social movements that share a common goal: to define, establish, and achieve political, economic, personal, and social rights for women that are equal to those of men, bracket 1, and bracket 2, and bracket. Feminists typically advocate or support the rights and equality of women, bracket 3, and bracket. Feminism is basically rights equality for everyone, regardless of gender, sexual orientation, ethnicity, etc. Even men need feminism in order to break gender roles. All those girls who hate men and protest with their boobs hanging out and hairy bleached armpits in the name of freedom are not advocating for feminism. Stay away from Tumblr, Lamau. It is not the right place to go when you're trying to build a rational opinion about something. What you're talking about is often called, quote, modern/radical feminism, or even feminazism, which is actually pointless and different from the original movement.
But Mahalibuk!
Niam Elizabeth, no two feminists are going to think exactly the same, and like so many people are saying, you are basing feminism off Tumblr feminism and off white feminism, not intersectional feminism. The whole point of feminism, in my opinion, is that your gender does not define your actions, and no gender is above another. Those feminists that told you you weren't feminist enough were not really feminists, because that kind of goes against the movement. At the end of the day, the only concern feminists should have with sex workers is that they are being treated with respect, regardless of the reasons behind why they are doing it. I also think that by saying I don't need feminism anymore, you're just saying feminism has got me to this point, but it cannot do anything else for me, so fuck it and everyone else that still needs it. It's selfish and really just fucking stupid. Kitties Rock 16. You do realize that feminism is just equal rights. Stop acting like all radical feminists represent the entire movement. It's sad, I really used to like your videos too. You've been brainwashed by ignorant people, and you think that Tumblr is feminism. Ali Marchu Soto. Unsubscribing. Fucking stupid person. Lady Chaos 101. Your choice. But how great that you can unsubscribe from feminism based on Tumblr users and not care when the movement doesn't recognize black women like me in the first place. A flaw you failed to mention, but I guess you just don't care. And that is the end of the choice comments that I found. I would like to thank all of those contributors in the comments section for putting that together. It allowed us an opportunity to educate ourselves on what feminism is and what it clearly is not. Thank you for your time, and we will see you next time on Storytime with Doge.